Hey, how many projects or big ideas are sitting on your to-do list right now? Now be honest, because everybody has at least one. Maybe you have 3 or 30. So how do you get started on a big task that you've been putting off and putting off? I mean, starting can be really tough, especially in the important big tasks, projects, big ideas. And what stops us from starting comes in many different forms, but it has one name: resistance. And there's a powerful quote about this phenomenon that I want to share with you because it contains a simple formula for getting started on your big thing or any important thing, really, whether that's your book, your side hustle, your major project at work, or just cleaning out your damn garage. I'm Alan Brown, productivity coach, #1 best-selling author, and host of Crusher TV at CrusherTV.com, where my guest experts and I share simple ways to accomplish more in less time with less drama. Now, to set this up, in Crusher TV episode 108, how to finally start your big idea or project, I shared 3 key barriers to starting any big thing. You can preview the episode at the link in the description below this video. But the 3 key barriers to starting, the 3 reasons we have so many unstarted, unfinished ideas and projects lying around are temporal discounting. Hey, it's not due till next month, so or worse, if it's our big idea, in other words, not related to work, there's no deadline at all. It's just like, not like you have the deadline to write your book or to develop your app or whatever. The second barrier is fear of failure. And in the episode, I quoted productivity guru Peter Bregman, who says, we procrastinate on that big project precisely because it's important. So important, in fact, that we're too scared to work on it. I'm afraid I'll fail, that I'll spend a lot of time on it while other more immediate things don't get done, and it'll be terrible anyway. But the biggest barrier is not knowing where to start, which is so common on the bigger, more complex ideas, projects, and tasks. We just thinking about starting it, and it's got a lot of moving parts, or it requires the help of others. We get a feeling of overwhelm and paralysis. And then we say, you know what, I'll figure it out later. And this should be no surprise, because a common characteristic of all big things is that their structure is big, complex, and often not clear to us. And all of these barriers, the temporal discounting, fear of failure, and not knowing where to start, tend to mix together into a really powerful cocktail of resistance. And, it's kind of like, I don't know where to start, so I doubt I'll have any success if I do start, but hey, I've got time. I'll start it when I figure it all out and my fear subsides. And that, of course, never happens, which is why so many of our big ideas sit in dusty drawers, and so many big work projects end up being slapped together at the 11th hour. Now, in episode 108, I shared the 3 solutions to crush these barriers. One was a brain hack, one was a powerful tool you've probably heard of, and another was a no-brainer physical hack. And right now I'm going to serve up the brain hack with a quote from Steven Pressfield's book, Do the Work. And I'm going to read you the full quote, but then we're going to circle back to dig into some details, because there's a lot of great procrastination psychology in this quote. So here's the full quote that contains the formula for breaking down the barriers to getting started on any big project or idea. Start before you're ready. Don't prepare. Begin. And Pressfield goes on, remember, our enemy is not lack of preparation. It's not the difficulty of the project or the state of the marketplace or the emptiness of our bank account. The enemy is resistance. Our chattering brain, which, if we give it so much as a nanosecond, will start producing excuses, alibis, transparent self-justifications, and a million reasons why we can't, shouldn't, or won't do what we know we need to do. It was a pretty powerful quote. And as I said, there's a lot in there. So I just want to take a real quick, closer look at, first of all, at what really is the brain hack here, which is start before you're ready. Think about how many times have you said to yourself, well, I would start on my book or my app or my side hustle or my big project, but first I need to do X, or but first I need to figure out Y. Now, if you really examine your thinking around getting started on something big, you'll see that this is the case. We construct reasons why we can't start on it right now. But if we knew that we didn't have to, actually shouldn't prepare, there'd be no excuse for not starting. Now, this quote goes on to talk about resistance, and I just want to dig into that just a bit more because it's so important to understand this phenomenon of resistance. Pressfield says, remember, our enemy is not a lack of preparation. It's not the difficulty of the project or the state of the marketplace or the emptiness of our bank account. So think about all these things. They are not really things that prevent you from starting. They're actually excuses for not starting. They let you off the hook for not taking action. And that's why the enemy is resistance, our chattering brain. And we manufacture these excuses to buy us time and to ease our discomfort, because starting on a big thing is uncomfortable. And as we humans avoid this discomfort, we end up procrastinating and procrastinating. And that's why, quote, if we give it so much as a nanosecond, our brain will start producing excuses, alibis, transparent justifications, and a million reasons why we can't, shouldn't, won't do what we need to do. So just to sum this up, the reason you haven't started on your big idea or your big project is that your busy brain doesn't want to. And it's handing you all kinds of reasons why. Oh, I need to do this first, or I need to do, Y first, or I need to talk to so-and-so first, or I need to prepare by doing Z first, then I'll be ready to start. No. Start before you're ready. Don't prepare, begin. And what'll happen when you heave yourself out of the resistance and into any kind of action on your big idea or project is that you'll feel liberated. You'll start to get ideas on what to do next or what else this thing could turn into. And you'll start to develop what I call a bias for more action. So what big thing are you not starting because you think you need to do X first, or learn Y first, or talk to so-and-so first? Start before you're ready. And if you want a couple more powerful strategies to help you beat procrastination on your big idea or project, click the link below this video to visit CrusherTV.com. If you're not already a member, become a member and watch the full episode 108, How to Finally Start Your Big Idea or Project. And there was another 100+ episodes in there with tons of ways to accomplish more in less time with less drama. Whatever's in your way, it is yours to crush. That's all for now. We'll see you soon.